Today's headlines from NPR.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Lakshmi Singh. The United Kingdom is waiting to see if third times
In the mix with the commish, Nate.
Now I think we're good to go. Welcome everybody to Press Pass Live, your weekly OMFL podcast show. Last time we did this, which was 2 Mondays ago, because I was traveling, Monday afternoon was such a hit. Trey and I decided we're just going to keep this baby on Monday. So welcome on your drive home. Hopefully you got us fired up and you're ready to go. Hopefully people seen this pop up in the chat. People are ready to rock and roll. It is time to talk OMFL playoffs, and that is a good time here in the OMFL. I don't know what's going on with my Spotify right now, but it's being a little weird. I don't know. We'll figure that part out. Either way, let me welcome in my guest, as always, Mr. Trey of your Detroit Lions. Trey, how you doing today, bud?
Doing good. Got my Week 18 game out of the way last night, so I'm now just sitting back and waiting to see how these playoffs assemble.
Let me give you a little bit more juice on my end. I always have to mess with these sliders because whenever I play shooters, I need to hear like all of the stuff going on around me, and I turn down the voice, and then we get in Press Pass Live and I'm like, no one can hear Trey. Why can no one hear Trey? They can't hear you. You just were really low. I had to turn you up. It is a good time to talk OMFL playoffs. I can't believe season 102 is already wrapping up. Man, got a lot to decide before we get to season 103, but we're not here to talk about season 103. We're here to talk about season 102. And Bill, thank you. Shout out to my guy, Bill, the world's angriest OMFL player. No, I'm just kidding. I love that Bill is so fine-tuned into the details. He has a great post on Discord. If you're not paying attention to it, you should go check it out right now. He breaks down all of the games that are really, really important and left to be playing here. Let's go ahead and talk about some of those pivotal matchups, and then we're going to jump into if things ended right this second, which they are not. We are now in week number 18. So far in the AFC, clinched already in. Chargers at 14-2. They have also clinched their number 1 seed. The Browns at 13-3. The Bills at 10-7. Everyone else is still up in the air with a lot of big games to decide, including Titans versus Jaguars. Jaguars win the AFC South if they win this week. They win that division. Ravens versus Bengals. Bengals secure a wild card spot with a win. Chiefs versus Raiders, which I think actually happened and the Chiefs won, so they secured their wild card spot with a win, even though it did lose their quarterback. So I think he's out for the entirety of the playoffs. We have Jets versus Dolphins. Dolphins secure a wild card win or spot with a win. Chargers versus Broncos. Broncos need a win plus help to get in. Texans versus Colts. Colts need a win plus help to secure a playoff spot. And then I think that's it for the AFC. So right now, AFC's got a lot up in the air. Let's talk AFC playoffs. If it ended right now, Trey, you got the Chargers number 1, Browns 2, 3 would be the Bills, 4 would be the Jaguars, 5 Dolphins, 6 Bengals, 7 Chiefs. How do you see the AFC actually playing out? Who gets in?
Okay, just to give you the update on the Chiefs game, they didn't win. They tied.
They tied. Holy cow. I don't even know what that does to the playoffs. That's one that I don't think anybody was prepared for.
Yeah, that's definitely.
We'll find out what Madden does whenever we hit the advanced button. That's what we're going to find out.
Yeah, I think that's still going to give them the ups to get in, I guess, because I don't know how that'll work, but I think it doesn't affect their win percentage in a tie with people with 9 wins. So I assume they'll still get that spot. But yeah, it's looking very interesting. I don't think much from what Madden itself is telling us is going to change. I think the AFC is pretty much set in stone.
So you don't like the Broncos and you don't like the Colts to get the help that they need.
I think that tie from the Chiefs is going to be the backbreaker for them, honestly.
RL, it's good to see you in chat, man. I left you on YouTube. I tried to add you on Discord. I don't even know. Maybe we're in the same server and I'm just missing it, but it said it was the wrong Discord number. So make sure either like in here to chat, or if you don't want to do that, just like YouTube comment or whatever. Like give me your, look at my number. I gave you my number on YouTube so we can connect and I can tell you more about the OMFL and the Deuce, which has a couple of openings. So if things stay put, let's say they play out like this, first round matchups in the wild card, we're going to get this baby all the way down to the championship game. Then we'll go do the NFC. Then we'll come back. We'll break down our possible NFC matchups, and then we'll give some Super Bowl predictions. You got the Chiefs and the Browns. This would be a classic one. Who comes out of Chiefs and Browns?
That's tough. I would say that this would be. I'd favor the Chiefs in here.
Really?
But if Mahomes is out. Which, broken collarbone, 5 weeks. He's done until Super Bowl. I'm going to have to go with the dominant run offense of the Browns on this one.
Yeah, Browns just too much firepower. Denver just has it clicking on every single portion of that team. I really like the Browns in that one. That would bring us to the second matchup. Bill and his Bills versus Little Koch and his Bengals. The Bengals back in the playoffs after OMFL victory in season 101. Not the same coach, but same team. They get in there. Who wins between Little Koch and Bill?
That's one of those games that's going to be a toss-up, I feel. Like you're not wrong going either way. But I'm going to go with the little Koch is on a little bit of a hot streak. I think he's going to carry the momentum, and he'll get the upset here.
Yeah, I like Bill in this one. Look, Bill's had a little bit of an up and down season, but I just think Koch has struggled to find consistency, especially when it comes. Look, he puts up a ton of yards, a ton of touchdowns, but throws a ton of picks. If you've ever played Bill, especially when he was the Seahawks, you cannot turn the ball over against that guy. I love his quarterback situation. I like the Bills in this one. Then they bring me to the most intriguing matchup. Duval and his Jaguars playing Massimo and the Dolphins. Talk about two teams that you just don't quite know who's going to show up and what you're going to get. This playoff this is going to be a matchup that everybody wants to see. Who you got in Jacksonville versus the Dolphins?
I just don't think Jacksonville's going to be able to stop the speed. I think Waddle and Hill are going to show up, and we're gonna have a barn burner for sure. But I think the Dolphins walk out of that one with a win.
I'm going Jacksonville. I just think that he has taken over his favorite team. He's taken over what Brady left behind. He's got a really good, athletic, fast defense. He's got a quarterback that can win it all. Massimo, I think, just takes too many chances. He just puts the ball up in harm's way too many times. I like the Jaguars with an upset. I know they have the higher seed. Still an upset in my mind, especially with Massimo just like having a great offense, great firepower. He's been here much longer than Duval. I think that's an upset. That would set us up. What would that be? That would be you like the Chiefs. No. We talked about that. That's right. The Chiefs quarterback's out. So you like the Browns. So 2 seed is going to go down below. You like the Bengals to upset. He's going to be 6 seed. You like Massimo at 5. Me would go play. So I got Jaguars Chargers. You got Bengals Chargers. Who comes out in that one? That's going to be quite the matchup against Pepper and his mighty Chargers.
I think that's the foregone conclusion that Pepper's going to take that one. That I just think the pass rush is going to show up for the playoffs.
So you got Pepper going automatically into the AFC Championship. You and I agree on that one. I like Pepper going to the championship as well. This guy was undefeated for a very long time. Then he was upset by the great and mighty Birdman who came into the OMFL. I too like the Chargers. Great offense, a defense that will pick you off. He'll cause fumbles. He's going to get the turnovers. He's going to figure out a way to win that. I like the Chargers in the AFC Championship. Down below, I would have the Browns versus the Bills. Yeah, Browns-Bills. You would have Browns versus Dolphins. Dolphins. So you got Browns-Dolphins. I got Browns-Bills. Who you got in Browns-Dolphins to go face the Chargers in the AFC Championship?
You gotta get them dog pound rolling because I think the run game is going to be hard to stop for Miami to slow down Chubb and the crew. It's just going to be too much. And I think Browns move on to the.
I'm with you. I like the Browns all the way, man. Denbrew has definitely figured some things out. Winning OMFL Bowl 101, let that one get away from me, Denbrew. I think that is going to be quite the matchup. What's up, Shucks? I think it's going to be quite the matchup, though, as we see Browns and all that firepower versus the Chargers and all that firepower. There are going to be 200 points scored in the AFC Championship. It's going to be quite the game. I just think those are your two best, most consistent teams coming out of the AFC. I like that we got some new faces. I like that anything can happen when we get to the playoffs. Will not surprise me. There's always an upset or two. But I got to go with consistency here. You and I both have the Chargers versus the Browns. We're going to put a little tab in that. Let's go over here to the NFC. Let me read off a couple scenarios that Bill has posted for us today. I've not seen any updates from the NFC today. So today, Panthers Saints, they're going to play tonight. Panthers secure a wild card spot. They get a victory. We got the Cowboys and Commanders. Cowboys need a win, and they will secure the number 1 spot. So the number 1 spot is up for grabs. Vikings versus.
I would also like to put something on that, Nate.
What is that?
If the Commanders win that game, they clinch the 5th seed.
They're going to clinch the 5th seed. So not only will the Cowboys not get the number 1 seed, they need a win to get that, but the Commanders need a win to clinch the number 5 seed. Thanks for adding that. Vikings versus Bears. The Vikings need a win plus help to get in. And the Cardinals versus 49ers. 49ers need the win plus help to get the number 1 seed, but it won't matter as we were talking about, Trey and I were talking about a while ago. Listen to me. D Money is going to miss the playoffs. He's getting married. So congratulations, D Money. This guy always finds a way to miss the playoffs, though. I still think he just lets us off of the hook so he doesn't have to win every single Super Bowl. That's not fair to everybody else who does win around here, but he is going to miss the playoffs. Man, it leaves a couple of these games up in the air. The main one being the Saints and Panthers, looking like that is for the number 7 seed. Bucks currently in, but they did lose this week to the Falcons. So it kind of puts everything up in the air. Who gets that final spot for the number 7 seed for you?
Well, I made things a lot interesting given I beat the Packers, so that opens up a whole can of worms for every team that finishes the season 9-8. Well, I assume the Buccaneers are going to flip out, and that spot potentially gets taken by the Falcons if you hold off the Panthers. If not, I think we're looking at, because I don't know how the tiebreaker is going to work. Because if the Panthers beat you, you both will have the same record. I don't know what your previous matchup was like.
I won that one.
So if he can manage to beat you by more than a touchdown, I assume he will take that spot, and it would bump you down. But I think you were definitely going to look at probably. I'm thinking definitely Packers are going to slip in the 7th seed. I think the 6th seed will be the Panthers, and then the 10th seed or the 5th seed will be the Commanders.
Wow, you beating the Packers, Commanders up against Dallas, that's going to be a tough one. Me and the Panthers, we always play a tough one. This is like a lot can happen here. Dakota, Dwayne, whatever his name is today. I don't know why Dwayne I struggle with. Like I see Dakota, I say Dwayne in my head. Neither one want to come out of my mouth. A lot of people are saying the NFC South is wrapped up. I don't know how that works. I never trust Madden anyway. Plus math is not my strong suit. But a lot is up in the air. Listen, the Panthers and I, like Panther and I, always have really good games. They're always very close. He and I just trade off back and forth. Falcons have made a surge. The Bucks have made a surge, but losing to the Falcons, I think, is going to knock him out. I would put the Panthers to beat me tonight. I don't know. It's just a gut feeling. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to try to beat him, but I like the Panthers to go ahead and take the 7th seed. I like everybody else to stay put where they are, and that's going to give us some pivotal matchups. Of course, the Panthers are then going to get a CPU game against the 49ers if he stays at number 2. I think we can both agree, no matter who sticks in that spot, they're going to come out of that one. Lions versus Packers for the 3rd time. Let's do this. Of course, I want you to tell me about your game, but I'm going to give you my prediction. I like the Lions in that one. I just think you got his number. I just think you know how he plays. Listen, Priest has shocked me. He has played really, really well. Wouldn't shock me if he somehow squeezes out a victory, even though I think you wouldn't talk to anybody for a month if somehow that happens over there. So hopefully you're good, he's good, everything is good, everyone's good. But I do like the Lions to come out of that one. Give me a preview. What do you think for your 3rd matchup?
I think I might just throw the whole curveball in here. The Vikings won. So
Priest may not even get in.
No, this is where this whole 9-8 scenarios come into place. I'm going to go look at this real quickly.
I can't. My little brain can't even. I can't even massage that. But it wouldn't change my call for your game. I think whether it's Vikings or not, like I can't even figure that out. The only one that would make me pause is if somehow the Panthers get in. Vikings take 7, Panthers take 6, and you play the Panthers. That would be an interesting matchup for me that I don't know how I would call, but I can't even begin to wrap my head around about that.
There's a lot left up on the table here that's a lot confusing. If it was to stay the same and I play Priest again, I think I'm making it 3 clean this season.
Saints versus Commanders. That's my game. So I'll do you like I did, or you do me like I don't. You know what I'm trying to say. That's what he said, she said, all those things that you can put in there. What do you think happens between Saints and Commanders right there?
This is a coin toss because both you and Penguins are both like hit and miss players. You're either on or you're off. If you're off, well, it goes downhill fast. If you're on, you put up a show. I think that's going to be one of those games that I think will be the wild card game of the week, if we want to call it that. And I think I want to get the slight edge because your offensive line has been sporadic on if it shows up
They've
or
been
not.
terrible, yeah.
And Chase Young and Montez Sweat are just fast as almighty hell. I think the pass rush for the Commanders will get them the slight edge in the victory.
I can't argue that, man. Of course, I went on a run last playoff that I did not expect at all, and that just could happen. You can get red hot. And I'm trying to keep a good, positive mental outlook. Look, I got the Panthers in the playoffs coming up, but my quarterback play is very sporadic because my offensive line play is very sporadic. But you know what? Alvin Kamara is a beast, and he's number 2 in this league in rushing yards, at least last time that I looked. If not, he's at least top 3. And that can change the game. You break a couple long runs with Kamara. My defense is one of the top 5 defenses in the league. Things can go really, really bad for somebody. But Penguins knows how to play defense. He's got great firepower, really good offensive weapons, especially on the outside. I'd lean towards the Commanders and Penguins, but I'm also I'm trying to stay positive here, Trey. I'm trying to think that I can win this thing. I gotta stay in a positive mental outlook. So, what's up, Kevin? That would leave Dallas. What would happen here? So no matter who we get 7, they're going to move on. So whoever that is, whether you insert whatever team you think that may end up being, I'm going to put the Panthers. So I'm going to have Panthers versus Cowboys, and then it would be Lions versus Commanders for both of us if it works out that way. So let's start with Dallas versus whatever team you want to insert into that number 7 seed. What happens there?
So I've looked, because the Panthers' division record is so horrible, you're safe, Nate. You're seed 4, Panthers would be seed 7. However, I believe last year, Panthers actually beat D-Wayne in the playoffs.
No, I beat D-Wayne in the playoffs. See, I can't give that one away. He may have beat him another time, but I beat him in the playoffs last year.
I don't think the last one. I think one of the seasons before that. So I know they always play competitively. I think this one, I think the Panthers going on a little bit of a tear here because I know Wayne's been sporadic with his gameplays and coming. He has a chance to
sporadic. Trey's the number 1 team in the league.
Yeah, but he's not dominating games like he used to.
Well, he's taking the Panthers. I can't call that one.
I could be seed 1 if I didn't outplay myself.
I'm not taking that one, Trey. I'm taking Dallas to move on. He's taking the Panthers. That's a big upset there in round number 1. But then that brings us to you versus your good buddy. It may be me. It might be me, but might be facing your good buddy, Mr. Penguins over there, the Washington Commanders. I mean, are you going to call it now? Or are you saying that you're moving on?
No, actually, no. The game between me and Penguins earlier this year, that opened my eyes to a whole heck of a lot, and no, I'm going to need luck on my side for once.
I think you're probably going to end up playing me. I did call Commanders, but I guess mental positive outlook, okay? And I think, I just don't know, man. I struggle with guys who put on a lot of pressure. I've heard that you moved a defensive end inside to tackle, and you've been using some defensive tackle to shut people down. Better enjoy that while it lasts.
He's not a defensive tackle. He's only my rush DT.
I don't know if he's going to last. Maybe we'll see. But anyway, I don't know that I have a lot of answers for that. I think you move on, and I've got a Dallas Cowboys versus Detroit Lions NFC Championship, but you're calling a Panthers versus Washington Commanders. A 5 seed versus a 7 seed? There's no way, Trey. But that's what you're calling in the NFC. All right. Well, let's go back to the AFC now. AFC Championship. We both got Chargers and Browns. Who's representing the AFC in OMFL Bowl number 102?
You know what, Nate? I'm going to go with the Browns. I think, as dominant as the Chargers are, I think their key thing has been shutting down the pass. I think the Browns' key is running the ball. I think it's just the perfect counter to the Chargers defense.
I played Denbrew. I played him in the OMFL Bowl 101, played him this season, completely manhandled me. The guy's just playing really well, but you cannot deny that Pepper has the Chargers rolling. I mean, he just seems to, the team fits him, the style fits him, everything is just clicking. He was our last undefeated team coming out of the AFC. There's a lot of good things. I do like, though, that Denbrew has kind of the history of the AFC. He beat Brady in the AFC Championship last year, so he knows what it's like to kind of face the unbeatable in the AFC Championship and come out. And I tend to think that that's going to give him a slight edge, though Pepper may burn down the entire league if he loses this one. My heart wants to pick Pepper. Pepper, I'm pulling for you, but Denbrew's my guy too, man. This is just going to be a classic game. I can't wait to see how this one plays out, but I too have to go with the Browns to represent the AFC and OMFL Bowl 102, but it won't surprise me if Pepper makes things work out just perfectly. Over in the NFC, I got Dallas Cowboys. I got the Detroit Lions. I think that would be a classic feud between both of you. Hopefully you get along a lot better than the last time you two faced off. There's no shots to be taken. There's no issues to be taken. We're all going to get along this time. We're all hugging and singing Kumbaya. I got to go Dallas Cowboys. I don't know why. I think it's just history. I think it's just like I've seen this play end a lot of times, though. I've seen it end with the Detroit Lions in the Super Bowl before. But just something tells me that if you're already picking in your head that you're going to lose, to the Commanders, then tells me that whenever you face the big guy in the NFC Championship on his field, you're going to come up just slightly short with a late turnover. I think a close game, a good game. I like the Browns versus the Dallas Cowboys in OMFL Bowl number 101 or 102. I'm sorry. You got Commanders. You got Panthers. Commanders. Who comes out of that one to face Denbrew and his Browns?
We're going to pull the whole shocker here. We're going the number 2 seed in the AFC versus the number 7 seed in the NFC. I think the Panthers will come out. I think.
Wow.
The coverage, DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson, and having to worry about Christian McCaffrey is just going to be too much for the Commanders to overcome.
Guys, this may be the first time ever a number 7 seed has been predicted to face off in OMFL Bowl in history of the OMFL, but he's thinking the Panthers are going to go on a classic Saints run that he went on last year. That's right, team. I'm holding on to that one as long as I possibly can. I beat D-Money and D-Wayne all in the same playoff. I'm wearing that one as long as I can. I am the Chris Jericho of the OMFL. I know I didn't win it all, but I got really, really close. Denbrew versus Panther Nation in OMFL Bowl 102 for you. I got Denbrew versus D-Wayne in 102. How do you see yours coming out? Who wins OMFL Bowl 102?
Oh, that's gonna be a tough one. I'm gonna do this because I want to see it happen. Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! I think Panthers will come out with a win.
That would be the single-handedly most shocking thing outside of me almost winning it last year. That would just catch everybody off guard. Season 1, Panther Nation steps in, makes a run at the number 7 seed, and wins the whole darn thing. That would be absolutely amazing. I like Denbrew. I think D-Wayne is the guy. You guys know how I feel about his team. I think he's going to go on a hell of a run. But man, Denbrew just has that team rocking and rolling. He puts so much pressure on you from rushing for these 2 stud defensive line. Like they just gave me havoc. I was shading. I was double teaming. He was still breaking through. And if anything throws D-Wayne off of his kind of rhythm and his play calling, it's pressure. Pressure forces interceptions or fumbles, and that turns into points whenever you give the ball to Denbrew. I like the Browns to come out of this one as season 102 champions. So a lot to think about as we see a last couple of games kind of get played here over the next, 48 hours, something like that. It is going to be a hell of a season 102 playoff. I can't wait to see how this one plays out. You're picking the underdog out of everybody. It's going to be a classic one. And I think it starts tonight. Tonight at 9. What time are we playing? 9:30 Central. So tune in tonight right here on my stream, 9:30 p.m. Central Time. You'll get to see Saints versus Panthers. We did not get to play earlier this year. He was on auto, so I had to play the CPU, and that was not fun. But I did get a win. But now we get to face off for real. We'll see exactly how that goes. Give me some closing thoughts as we wrap up Press Pass Live, the playoff prediction show. Give me some closing thoughts here.
We're in for a fun stretch of games because I'm excited. All these playoff matchups there's something about every single one of them makes me want to watch. The Chiefs, they're now I think Chad Henne lead them over the Browns.
Good luck.
I don't know. Not likely, but hey, we've seen weirder things happen. Can the Jaguars in Miami, who's going to beat essentially the Florida temperatures better? Even, I don't know. It's going to be a gong shoot of passing versus running. Because Jaguars' offense is built for the run. Miami's is built for the pass. Can Cincinnati go in and potentially a snow game and upset the Bills? Who knows?
Watch us have like a Bengals versus Packers Super Bowl. Throw all of this for a loop. We never know what's going to happen here in the OMFL.
In Arizona.
Yeah, it's just going to... I can't wait, man. It's been a fun season 102. And yeah, we got a few little things to figure out. It seems like the updates made some things better, some things worse. We'll probably get another update before season 103 gets here. Got a few little rule tweaks now that we got a full season under our belt. This is going to be a really fun playoff to see. And quite literally, I know that we all have our favorites. We all have our teams that have been pretty dominant this season. But I think we can also say there's a lot of new faces right here on the screen in front of me. A lot of new people here into the playoffs. And you just don't 100% know. It's not like the years past where it's like, yeah, that team's going to represent from that side in the OMFL Bowl. You never know. And that is a fun thing to have happen here. I can't wait to see how these play out. And hopefully I get to call a couple. And if Trey's around and not playing his games, we'll get him in here. Dwayne, love to get you to come call some games with me. I think that would be a ton of fun. But the playoffs is when I really try to hone in and make my schedule fit so we can call some games. So come hang out with us. Guys, thank you for hanging out with us on a Monday show. Let me know. Do you like Mondays? Do we keep Mondays? It seems like more people can come participate on the drive home or ending the day at the end of their day on a Monday than staying up late on a Sunday night when even if you're up, you're probably wanting to play video games. So we're going to try to keep Mondays, and let me know how you think about that. Trey, thank you, buddy. Good luck to everybody in the playoffs. I can't wait to hear how it goes. We'll see you on the next one. Know that you matter. You matter to me. Do me a favor. Hit the like button. If you're not subbed here to the Grown Folks community, if you're looking for a community of people that play Madden or shooters or anything that you enjoy playing, come check us out. Xbox, PlayStation, we got it all. We got a community of people that'll hang out with you and play with you. So come hang out with us. I think you'll enjoy it. Until next time, I love you. We'll see you next time.
Smash that like and subscribe.